Hey guys, it's Sarah here with New England Junk Journals, and I am on to do my part in the Masterboard Madness collab. Hashtag Masterboard Madness. This wonderful collab is hosted by Hazel Anaka over at Hazel Anaka Designs. And I have been having so much fun this month, both making masterboards and watching all the awesome ideas unfold over the past month. So it's been, well, hasn't been 31 days yet, but it will be 31 days of masterboard inspiration from some of your favorite YouTube creators. And I have had the wonderful pleasure of discovering many new creators via this collab. So much fun. For example, hopefully you could see that. I don't know if it's centered. But we have the whole calendar, and you are here, day 24. And so yesterday we had Gwen the Trash Witch. She did a collab. I have not seen it yet because I'm filming this ahead. And then tomorrow will be Jazzi at Crafty Girl Chronicles, another creator that I have never seen their content before, and I look forward to it. Then we've got the wonderful Gigi Hannah. Peg, I have not had the opportunity of watching yet. Carolyn from Carolyn on the Hill. Marnel from Mimi's Keepsakes. Carol at Crinkled Path. And then our girl Hazel will be wrapping up the series with another video. So she is our hostess with the mostest this month, and I think she's done an awesome job so far. And I know she'll continue. So yeah, I'm super excited. I don't want to make the intro too long, but I do want you guys to know that there is a giveaway that Hazel is doing. And in order to be entered into the giveaway, you need to have watched each video. You need to also like, comment on the videos, and subscribe to the different channels this month. So if you've done all of that, you will be entered into the giveaway. Da-da-da. Okay, so let me get started here. It's kind of like a little bit of a multi-part video. This is for later, and I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to get on camera. I have been making some crazy masterboards, and I love it. I've taken a little bit from each creator that I've seen and have been playing around. This was a really fun, hopefully, let me just move it around so you can see all the different things. I did a bunch of layers on here, including painting with gesso and colors and stamping, and there's wallpaper and book page and all kinds of fun scrapbook paper on this one. And then I was thinking of the different themes of journals that I would like to make. So then I did an entire masterboard using vintage either recipe cutouts or handwritten recipes. Some little, this is in the beginning stages, has some nice natural wear and grunge to it, but I'll be adding more layers to that one. And then this one I was super excited about. This one, and hopefully you'll be able to see it all. It has book page, it has scrapbook paper, it has paper ribbon, it has some card fronts, stationery, wallpaper, a vintage letter. So yeah, really excited. I kind of made this the focal point and then kind of like, well, what am I gonna do with it? But I might be able to cut around it and make it a really large journal card. So yeah, so excited about that. And then today, I have this wonderful collection here of advertising cards. I have a ton of these two of these Arm & Hammer bird cards, the Beautiful Bird series. But then I have a bunch of these, And this is also from Arm & Hammer, but it's a different line. The Useful Birds of America. I have quite a few of those, and they're super cute. This one is issued by Godfrey Phillips Limited and Associated Companies. I don't know who they are, so I still have to look that up. This is Galler Limited, Virginia House, London, and Belfast. So yeah, I don't know. But I'm not going to use these. These are the originals. These are antique. What I did was I photocopied them. So I have a bunch of these on this nice matte photo paper. So that is what I want to use as my focal points all over my masterboard today. Oh, these ones are so cute too. They're like Alice in Wonderland by Carrera's. Now, I think that's a cigar company, right? Carrera's, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I have that. My base is going to be this oversized children's book page. This is from a very, very large, I think like a teacher's edition or a librarian edition of Wink and Blink and a Nod. But I didn't particularly see myself, sorry, I can't even talk today. I didn't particularly see myself using this page for anything in particular, so I thought it'd be a great base. I have some pages out of the English Flower Garden with some lovely scripts. This out of a book called Flower Family Album. It's another vintage book. I have some very vintage dictionary page. This is antique out of an antique novel. I even have some raggy paper here. This is from Hume's English History. I lost the cover to this, so I don't know. I think this was from The Three People, which I think is one of those, like, at the turn of the century, there was a ton of these books that were like tracts. Basically, it was like a novel, but it was like a tract. It was like a morality stories and stuff like that. So I have quite a few of those in my collection. Here's another old antique paper. This is more raggy paper from a book called Josephus Flavius, and it was missing its cover and stuff, and it was just the book block. And guys, I talked to a rare bookseller about it after I had already taken it apart. Don't ever do that. He didn't know I had taken it apart, but he's like, oh wow, that's a pretty cool rare book. You know, even without the cover, a collector might, you know, pay to have it rebound and you could sell it for a lot of money. Oh, my heart went up in my throat. And I was like, yeah, I'll think about that. So, don't ever ask the questions you don't want the answers to. This is from another vintage dictionary. It's from an old vintage school book. Oh, I take it back. This was from the Flower Family book. What is this? Oh, that's from a picture dictionary. I've got some German paper, some French encyclopedia pages, and this beautiful German page from a 1800s compendium, magazine compendium. So yeah, lots of yummy, scrumptious old paper to work with here. And so some of these things I'm going to try to prepare ahead of time, as in I know I want some of these botanicals, especially to go like around the birds. I figured the bird cards would be really nice, but I want to have some of these botanicals featured as well. And seeing as they're in this black and white kind of sepia tones, they would make good backgrounds. I'll use this for like general collage, but I kind of want to get some of the pictures. Now this one unfortunately ripped while I was pulling it out of the book. It's some Edelweiss. But I think I can still glue it down without too much. And I'll probably take off this cream bit here. Now I'm hoping that I stay in frame. Now this is lovely, but I know I'm not going to be able to get, well, maybe. I was going to say, I don't think I'll be able to get the whole thing. It's kind of a big focal point to have for a masterboard like this. So. And at the end, I do want to show you one more masterboard that I made. I'll just quickly play the construction process, but it's one that I did on wallpaper and then decorated up. I did some stamping in the background, used some ledger, guys. I found some ledger. I don't think I've shown it in a video yet, in a haul video. But I got an awesome deal on it. And yeah, I'm just like, there's some pages, some pieces of the ledger, like a corner of, like a whole chunk of it that came off. And I'm just using those scraps because I don't want to waste like any of it. All right. There, probably take some of these. Hopefully everybody is having a great day. This is going to come out on a Monday, so the week is still young, which is awesome. It means it can be anything we want it to be. So I'm having fun organizing. I have an organizing video that I just did. It hasn't been edited yet, so I'm not sure if it's gonna go up before or after this video does. But yeah, that was fun to do. I'm gonna do some when I say downsizing, I'm gonna do some downsizing, but I have a lot of books that I don't necessarily want or need the entire book. A lot of them I just really like the covers of them, and the text is kind of, you know, it's nothing special. They're just like old novels that I really liked the cover of. So I think what I'm going to do is just take them apart, you know. I'll take the book block out, and if there's any like plates or anything that's interesting, I will go ahead and save those. And then I have so much text block. It's ridiculous. All right, I want to save this because I think it's really interesting on the edge. And then give it an interesting torn look. I have some that I tore nice and straight, and then I have a couple that I tore around, and we'll see if they go together or if it looks like it's gonna clash. But honestly, I don't think it's gonna be a problem because, as we know, it's gonna get cut up for different projects anyway. This is gonna be nice. I think, yeah, I think I already said this already. Guys, sorry. My ADD is pretty bad today. But if you've heard this before, you can ignore me. But I think the black and white backgrounds elements are gonna look really good with the colorful birds in front of them. Alrighty, almost there. Speaking of birds, our birds are having fun. They are a lot of work though. We have 2 budgies living with us right now. And I just did like a big clean out of their cage. Like I do, you know, a small clean out. Clean like you clean certain things every day, certain things once a week, and then I did like a huge, like a really big clean out of their entire cage, like once a month. I mean, things get like their perches and their toys and stuff get cleaned regularly, but like I got them into like their little travel cage so that I could really just take the whole thing apart and clean it really well. So yeah, that was a long process. It took me a few hours. I mean, like the whole process between like getting them to go into their travel cage and then take everything apart, clean it, and then getting them back from one cage to the other, because they're not finger trained. So they don't just hop out of the cage and go where I want them to. But that's okay. Those are gonna be good. I really like this one and this one though, especially this one. It looks really nice. Hoping I don't have to fast forward this too much because I just want to be able to spend time chatting with you guys. Life has been crazy lately. They adjusted my schedule at work by accident, and I had like 2.5 extra hours for 4 days out of the week. So I was kind of getting home and just zoning out for a couple hours just because I was exhausted. I wanted to catch up on videos, all that stuff. And then by the time that I got up and did a few chores, the day was done. So that kind of took a little bit out of me. I think when I get to it, I am going to ink these before I glue them on. All right, let me make sure that I have space to work. I have a glue book. I have my glue stick. Other than that, this doesn't really take a lot. I didn't even use scissors. I just used my my ruler. You guys just saw me. Used my ruler. So, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm actually going to probably just take chunks and glue them down. I don't even think I'm gonna use my glue book, actually. I'm just going to, I've got this nice wallpaper sample book divider thing taped down to protect my desk. So we are just going to glue, 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 glue. I had to actually go out and buy another glue stick recently, which was actually good news. I just hadn't been in here and able to craft as much as I wanted, so I hadn't been using a lot of glue. So that was really good though, to see that I actually needed to buy a glue stick. Made me feel accomplished, you know? Made me feel accomplished. So I think this is going to be a nice blend of different colored pages, different fonts. Don't do it upside down. There we go. I was gonna take that off, but you know what? I'll probably just end up gluing over it anyway. And this paper is so fragile that I'm just going to put the glue on the page. Yeah. I got a bunch of these at a flea market a couple years ago. I think I ended up with 6 in all when I started out. And I sold a couple, and I have 2 left. Let's see. Some of this. But they're really cool. The only problem is they were stored kind of poorly. So they got really brittle. I think they were from a monastery. They had like a library, kind of like a library pocket, like library ephemera in it that I think was some kind of like a brotherhood monastery. Anyway, that's what it gave me the impression of. Brothers of something something. So. Oh yeah, oh, and it glues like a dream. I love this paper. So nice. Let's see. Now we get us some of this. Okay. The nice thing about this is that it's all gonna get glued down. So no matter how brittle the paper is, it's got this nice strong backing. And then of course, depending on what I use it for, it may even get a backing behind that. Very cool. Very cool when I do it correctly. Let's see. Maybe this wasn't quite as even as I thought it was. But that's good. Anything that is over the edge, I'm gonna end up trimming off anyway. maybe I'll do this whole section here. So I like this here, the heading. Now I'm wondering if I wanted, I like this. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna leave it. Decision made. Da, 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 da. There we go. That's a little bit of a close edge right there, but obviously I've got a lot of stuff that's going to go on top, so I'll fix it when I come to it. All right, is this 1 page or 2? 2 pages. This is another wonderful raggy paper. I've been super blessed to be able to find this stuff in the wild. There is a older population here where I live, so people are, you know, when estates do get settled, I think they tend to go to the transfer station, which is like it's like a dump. It's where you go to take your trash and your recycling. And so I've gotten the chance to rescue some old stuff that was going to get pulped for paper. You know, a lot of people don't, when they're, you know, cleaning out an estate, understandably, sometimes they just need to move on. They don't necessarily have the items valued, or, I mean, and some of these books were quite beaten up, so they probably wouldn't have been valuable to very many people. Let's see. Can I peel this off? I feel like my only problem with this, I don't have a problem with the, yeah, no, it's gonna be how it's gonna be. I don't have a problem with the holes. It's just that the background is showing through. I don't necessarily want the background to show through. Do I care about this empty space? I do care about it a little bit. All right. So let's see, is there anything else new? My oldest daughter has been interested in playing the piano. No, not the piano, the guitar. Sorry. My youngest is interested in playing the piano. So we talked to my dad because he has my old electric guitar from when I thought that I wanted to learn to play the guitar. And he brought it over the other day. So that is going to be fun. Yeah. We don't do like a lot of like sports stuff. So definitely when she said she wanted to do an instrument, we're like, yeah, let's do that. That's awesome. So she's actually over there. Both kids are over there this weekend for some fun grandparents time. And he's going to try to show her the ropes on his electric guitar. And then she'll have a little bit of a head start for when she comes home to have some of the basics down, the chords and stuff, so she can start practicing. But what a wonderful resource YouTube is, because there are hundreds and hundreds, probably more than that, of guitar videos for absolutely free. I think we really sometimes undervalue what a wealth of knowledge is contained in these YouTube videos. If you have a subject that you want to educate yourself on, there is a video for that, which is awesome. What a great time to be alive, I think. All right. I'm not sure that I will be able to complete every layer that I want to on this masterboard in this video. Just gonna do some collaging and then, yeah. Maybe do some stamping before we put the birds on. That would be good. I'm excited to do some mask makes too. I don't know if I'll be able to get them done this coming month, but I know there is the hashtag mask make March, and so I've seen all kinds of fun videos go up, but unfortunately I'm not prepared, or wasn't prepared to do that in March. So I'm thinking about doing kind of a mass make May. I think by then I'll definitely be able to do it. All right, I know that that's not even, that's not on the line. I don't even know if you guys can see that, but I'll fix it. I'll fix it in post, as they say. I'll fix it in post. So many things that we can do. All right, all right, all right. What else we got? All right, that has more text, but I really like the headings, so I'm gonna sacrifice some paper here. I mean, it'll get put in a different kind of collage probably, or snippets, or you know. Okay, this time I can have this nice interesting edge here and not have to worry about the under stuff poking through. So that's nice. The kids are older now, which is great. My oldest is going to be 14 next month, which is awesome. We've done a lot more like cooking with them lately. My husband is so funny. He got us an air fryer, kind of a novelty for us anyway. And he's like, okay, so here's the deal, girls. We're gonna get the air fryer, but you're gonna pick a meal each week that you're going to make with the air fryer. So, while it hasn't been every week, it has been quite a few wonderful, wonderful weeks where I get a break from cooking and the kids take over. And they've made some really great stuff. Their favorite thing, I think, to make right now is pizza toast. That's what they call it anyway. It's just like, yeah, like making a pizza but on bread and frying it in the air fryer. And instead of like regular pepperoni, I've been getting the Duke's smoked sausages, and they chop those up and they put them, okay, oh, I wish this was, you know, it doesn't have to come to the bottom here anyway, because this is going to be raggedy and I'm going to end up cutting it off. So we're just going to do that. But oh my gosh, yeah, the Duke's smoked sausages. So in my opinion, so much better than pepperoni. So much better. So that's been fun. My youngest makes banana bread about once a week. And she's getting really good at it. She's been doing that for several months. She gets really good at it. Her banana bread comes out way better than mine. So it is nice. And I don't know what else. I have that, but I think this will be better. So some of the wrinkles are showing through. I did originally try to fold this to see if it would make a certain size envelope, and it didn't. So I kind of aborted that and decided it would make a great base for this instead. Let's see. I talked about mask making. Sorry, I'm trying to scan my brain to see if there was anything in particular that I was thinking about talking about on this video. Because sometimes I have something in my head, and then when the camera turns on, I completely forget. I know that doesn't happen to any of you guys, right? Do I want it here? Do I want it here? I think here, because I want to break up some of this with a different color. All right, that's fine. I'm getting a little particular about where my seams are, and it's not really super important at this point because, again, this is just the base, and I'm probably spending way too much time just gluing down the base. All right, so probably what I'm going to do is I'm just going to speed up the rest of this process, and then I'm going to come back. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I had to clear up some more space on my phone to finish recording this video. I did glue in the last pieces, and then now I'm going to start with these. And I made the bold decision, since I thought this was going to be too big, it covered up too much, I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'll probably put them on the edges And I think that's going to be really nice. I hope you can see that. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Yes. Awesome. So now we're going to glue some of these down. I have prepared a stamp on a stamp block that I think might look really good with this. And that's probably as many like layers, quote unquote layers, as I'm going to do on camera. These are going to go, I think they'd be awesome as journaling cards and tags and stuff for some vintage, oldie-timey, antique-y looking journals. Whether like, well, probably it's going to be like a naturalist journal. I just did that sale, that drop sale, but I still have a ton of cool books and stuff that I'll just have to crack open and start taking pages out and using them myself, which is an awesome excuse. So yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with those. So that being said, I think this is perfect to go in those, to make some cool vintage or antique naturalist journals. I have so many scraps. I have so many scraps that I could make masterboards and scrap projects for days. Days / weeks / months, probably. Do you remember back along when I went to that craft sale, that crafty yard sale that went on all summer long, and I ended up buying some bags of her scraps because I'm crazy. I still have some of those. Actually, I still have quite a bit of them because I bought a few, and then when she passed along some of her products to me later on, when she closed down the sale, there were a few baggies of scraps left there too. So a lot of them are Christmas themed scraps, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with those, because I don't think people are crazy like me and necessarily want to buy a bag of Christmas scraps. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll probably end up giving them out in Happy Mail. I don't really do Christmas crafting. Oh, I don't want to. Well, am I going to cover up the whole thing? No, I have some of it down here. This is one of my problems with collage, why I don't collage as much as I should. And it's something that I probably just have to get over. But it is the idea of the layers. That because you're going to layer over something, it means you're covering stuff up. And like in my mind, it's like, well, why did I put it there if I'm just going to cover it up? If nobody's going to get to see it, why don't I just put the top layer? Why don't I just put the top layer on? I know that's weird, right, guys? I don't know if anybody else, I don't know if that like bothers anybody else about collage. And I know like in my head that it has a purpose, that even though you can't see the entire piece underneath, that most of it's getting covered, some of it is still showing. And oh, I just put that on upside down. I know that that's also, you know, that's not a big deal either. Why, you know, it doesn't have to be directional. Anything can be any direction it wants to be on a masterboard, but in my mind, it should be, unless everything is in a different direction, then nothing should be in a different direction. Does that make sense? What was I saying? Oh, about the layers. Like, I know in my head that it's okay and that you're gonna see different parts of the collage material, but also in my head, I fight it. I fight it. Yeah, I do. But yeah, if you're the same way, by any chance, if you happen to be the same way about stuff, just like put it in the comments. Be like, yes, I understand what you mean when you're talking about struggling with the collage layers. Or if you're on the opposite camp and that doesn't bother you at all, let me know too. And like, how do you feel about it? Like, do you have a different perspective? I'm thinking I might have to fast forward some of the stuff from earlier just so that I can fit everything I want to fit in this video. What a weird name for a plant. That is so weird. Let's see. I think I'm going to put that up here. And for some reason, it just lines up with Pure Factory. So that was kismet. Yep, I do like this. And I think maybe the more I collage, the more I'll be like okay with it. The more I'll understand the process. Trust the process, right? Okay, I like that. I really like this. Where am I going to put this? All right, see, this is where I need to tell myself it's okay that I have two things next to each other because they probably are going to end up in different projects, different pieces. So it is not going to matter. Just let go and let the creative process happen. Don't worry about it. Okay, I want this to go to the bottom and I want it to overlap on this a little bit. I want it to be a little bit straight. There we go. That is fun. I have two more left. That's gonna go there maybe. See, like this is my problem here. This is background, but it's also focal point. It's background, but it's also focal point. If I cover it up, it eliminates my problem, but I wanted that to be there, but then I don't want them side by side. Yes, and I'm not going to worry about that. No stress. No stress. It's fine. But you see how like this, the coloring on this piece is the same kind of coloring as the background layer. And then I took these lighter ones to kind of, you know, be forward. Like it denotes another layer. It's the top layer because it's lighter. And then the birds are going to be another distinct layer because they're in color. See, I thought about it. I had some reasons. I had some logic. Where did I say this was going? Did I say it was going here? Maybe I did. I think so. All right, and this, it's a little bit more glue. There we go. All right, so before I start putting my birds on, I want to do a, come back here. I want to do a little bit of stamping, and I have this stamp here. And this is the biggest acrylic block that I have, so I'm well aware that the edges are going to look imperfect, which I'm okay with. I actually would prefer that. I want kind of like a patchy-ish look on it. And it does have like a, like this border line that I'm going to try to obscure. If at all possible. Which I do just by like wiping it off before I stamp. You know, nothing fancy. I just put, I just run my fingers around the edge just to make sure that that line doesn't show up. Okay, there we go. Oh, am I happy with it being brown? Or do I want it to be black? No, I think I'm happy with it being brown. That's fine. And again, I kind of want to stamp this imperfectly. I probably could do it with just the silicone stamp and not the block. And that would work too, but that's how we're doing it right now. Let's see if we can get a double stamp. And I'm not really on like a stamp friendly surface. So it's just gonna come out how it's come out. And I can even, you know, stamp more after. That's kind of one of the nice things about masterboards is they're never complete unless you want them to be complete. You can always add more layers. You can always change things up. Like after I'm all done, I could go back with like a label stamp and stamp around these. All right, maybe just a touch more. Where have I not stamped? On top of this thing. That didn't really show up very well, but again, it's okay. It's totally fine. All right. So, but since I have this open and I have my dauber, let me grab some of these beauties. And I was really impressed. I just have a kind of a basic, just a basic printer, HP. So, you know, it's nothing super special. No special ink, just a regular inkjet. And they print it out really, really nice, I think. And I should like make a digital file of these, but at the time I kind of just stuck them on my scanner and made a photocopy. I'm not even sure how many of these I'm gonna want. And I know that I don't want that black line on there. Or that white line on there. Some of them, I accidentally cut off the label at the top, the title. Not with my scissors. I cut them off accidentally with the scanner. They were too high up on the tray or whatever, the table, the platform. Just doing great with my words today, guys. It's been a long week. That's my excuse. It's been a long week, which is fine. My schedule goes back to normal. This one's all raggedy. How is this going to look? Is this going to look even better? Am I going to wish that I did this with all of them? Probably. Yeah, that's awesome. Any more like that? Yep, this one. You're definitely going on here, buddy. So anyway, I'm just going to glue these on, and of course you could dress this up 5 ways from Sunday. And I might still, before I'm done with it, done this project, and before I call it finished, adding bits of lace, adding washi tape, you name it, all kinds of stuff that can be done. And I'm actually just going to use my Fabri-Tac for this. Just because I don't really have any place to... Well, I have a glue book off to the side that I could be gluing on, but I don't wanna. So we're just going to do it this way. And let's see. Put this one right here. And for this part, I am kind of a little bit thinking about how I might cut this up, because I don't necessarily want to like cut one of these guys in half per se. So I'm going to roughly glue them on. Let's see. And then, of course, when I do cut them up and use them as ephemera, they'll probably get more stuff added to them, just because that's usually the nature of this. you know a little bit more about like what colors you're going for, if you have any particular colors, any other secondary theme. Oh, I like that. I may need some more of these little guys. If I was really advanced in the process, I would plan out like, you know, how many tags versus journaling cards versus whatever. And then, yeah, plan accordingly. But that's okay. Don't need to know that kind of stuff. As Pam at the Paper Outpost says, create with a reckless abandon. And I struggle with the reckless abandon part. She does it so well. She really has a gift. I need to hone my reckless abandon skills. Oh, I like this guy. Where could he go? Okay, let's imagine that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. Do I want a wide one or do I want a tall one? I got a bunch of tall ones. I think these are all going to end up being tags, and so tall is good. Da, da, da. And let's see. What do we got here? That's 7 inches. So I'm wondering if I should put it here or somewhere here. But I think here is the safest bet, probably. And in the middle of the stamping? Yeah, why not? In the middle of the stamping. We're gonna do it. Right there. He is gorgeous. I think, other than the fact that I really over inked, you know, like gratuitous, what's the word? Yeah. Gratuitously inked these. Other than that, I almost would be able to, like, I would be fooled to think that they were the original. That's how good the coloring, in my opinion, that's how good the coloring came out. All right, so let me see. Can you see? Pretty much, you can see the total. Hey, look at that. Aren't I good for keeping in frame? Round of applause. All right, so yes, I'm gonna run the video of this, and it was just simple. I just took a 1.5 inch square punch and punched a bunch of coordinating scraps that I had, and then after I glued them down, I gessoed over them really lightly, put this same stamp in a beautiful orange color on here, threw on some washi tape, and then I had the same book page here. I just fussy tore some of those out, and then I had a whole container of these embellishments from a scrapbook kit that also happened to go with the color scheme. Oh, that's a nice stamped image there. Threw together some of these flowers. I kind of wish I had gone back and inked them before I stacked them up, and these are all glued on. There's no brad through, so I can't take them off. But other than that, I really, really like them. They came out great. So yeah, I've had so much fun. So much fun. I'm going to run that footage, and that is going to be the end of it if you want to watch that. But thank you so much, Hazel. This has been a blast, and I have loved all the creative ideas that I have seen so far. It's always great to get inspired by other creators. And there have been such a wide range of creators, a lot of variety. So that's been awesome. So yeah, thank you guys. I'm going to say goodbye. And if you want to stick around and see the footage, yeah, thank you so much. As I always say, God bless you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, I'm just going to show you how I do one of these masterboards. Well, I did one of these masterboards. So I'm going to take a 1.5 inch punch. And I just took some scrap paper from a project that I had done a while back. They're all pretty coordinating. And I just punched out several of these squares. Until I had a whole pile of same size squares. And now I'm going to take a piece of wallpaper that's been cut down, and I'm just going to attach them together and glue them side by side. But on the back, of course. bye.